And of course, we pushed it a little further each year. And the third year there, we kind of pushed it over the line with the church, and that's what did it.
And the reason was because all the stories about the priests and the little boys in the media, we just
that
said
was
that.
The reason.
Well, we're like, why don't we just put church on the list again? You know, so
yeah. I think without trying to make any excuses, the media did have a lot to do with the snowball effect that got us thrown out of there. Because in essence, a couple was in a vestibule at St. Pat's doing what? I don't know. You know, it's hard when we're not there, when we're in the studio and there's some kind of disgusting live sex act going on in front of us that we're trying to describe. We know what they're doing, and we're describing it in a way that we could get away with it. When you send people out, we're not sure what's going on. We're not sure if they are having sex. At that point, it's got to sound good. I mean, if the spotter is making it sound good and they're doing whatever they're doing, that's fine. So we don't know. They were in a vestibule doing whatever they're doing. When the press got a hold of it, I guess that didn't sound good enough. So they had to come up with things like pew-rocking sex at St. Pat's. And they made it sound like, when I'm reading this, I'm like, oh, my God, this is horrible. Who did this?
Who are these guys?
And then I have to read Opie and Dopey did it, you know? Nothing can rhyme with Opie.
I know.
It's not Dopey. And, you know, they spelt it out like there was a couple on the altar just banging, going crazy, you know? When in essence, it wasn't. You know, of course, morally despicable, blah, 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 but it wasn't as bad as it was presented to people that never heard the show. So now you're getting people that never heard it going, oh, my God, this is awful. We got to get these people off the air. But you didn't hear the show. Yeah, but I read about it. I read that, you know, they climbed up on the crucifix and were, you know, getting in a threesome with Jesus. It's like, no, what? It didn't happen like that. So
what'd your families think about this?
I don't have one anymore. They disowned me that day.
Yeah,
actually, very supportive, you know.
Completely supportive, except for, well, a few ants, but what can I tell you?
They don't count.
Yeah, they don't count. They're not men 18 to 49. Who cares about them?
Actually, so someone in the paper, one of the writers, wrote something that our mothers to spawn such
evil filth or whatever.
They must be whores or something. Like, I mean, really, calling our mothers whore, and it's like, you know. Hey, Mom, you made the paper, you know? Like, oh, Anthony.
And those writers are on our list.
Yeah.
We got a long list of people to get to. Yep.
A vendetta list?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a vendetta list.
Oh, it's going to
get
ugly.
You'd like to think you're above that stuff, but fuck them. Nah, not above it.
So go ahead.
I actually have a question about who you guys are going after. Now that you're in D.C. and I guess you're primarily recording here, you know, like, you know, have your friends Ron and Fez down here too, but
Ron and Fez rock.
Like the Ron and
those
Fez
guys.
What about Don and Mike, who you guys are huge fans of and that kind of stuff?
Are they still on?
Yeah, they're still on. It's been. I sent an email a couple of days ago and just saying that thank God you guys are back because
they're not even in our league. Those guys, they're not even in our league. You know,
and also,
they really aren't.
Yeah.
They never were, and they proved that after we were gone. They did nothing, you know. So whatever.
They took a few of you guys' bits nonstop, and now that I'm on the radio, I just like to say ass, shit. Thank you.
Thank you, George Carlin. But I mean, yeah, you know, it was a real bummer, that whole Sex for Sam thing. I was like, did we just fuck up the easiest job in America? You know?
Yeah. How do you do that?
And I had a real tough time with it. I was really severely bummed, you know, because we were at a good place in our careers at that point, and it took a long time to get over it. I mean, I literally, we joked about it earlier, but I hit the road. I didn't know what the hell to do with myself. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, you get that false hope at the beginning that, you know, you're going to get a phone call. Hi, this is Mel Karmazin. We made a huge mistake. Come on back, O&A. We love you. You know, and you're waiting every time the phone rings. Oh, is that Mel? You know, and the days and months go by, and then you realize, oh my God, I'm not going to be working for 2 years. Oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
And radio control helicopter.
To be a creative person and not have that outlet, it's torture. There's not enough money in the world that makes that go away. So, I remember an episode I had. I lived close to Central Park, and I would do a lot of inline skating. I couldn't sleep. Literally for the first 2, 3, up to a month. And one night I got up at like 3 in the morning, skated as hard as I could around the park. I was just having like anxiety attacks. I was like, I cannot believe that this happened to us, you know.
Having a death wish.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, it's pretty lit, you know. You got to kind of zoom in and out of the riffraff. But Anthony doesn't like that I inline skate. I'm up to the point where I inline skate on the streets of Manhattan. I hold on to like the backs of trucks and stuff. So with no pads or helmet,
Yeah,
Great,
there's no
good.
potholes on those.
It's going to be, hey, it's Anthony, and I'm open. He had a little accident. He's okay, though.
So you bringing your crew back with you?
Oh yeah.
So who's going to be?
We got the wonderful Steve C. from FoundryMusic.com, who kept in touch with the listeners over 2 years. He was like our little gateway to the listeners. The internet was a great tool, man, and people downloading bits, and it really kept the people in touch with us over the 2 years. Instead of just disappearing, they were able to rehash the same old crap for 2 years.
Did you do any new bits for the internet, or could you do that?
No, every time we talked to our agent about doing anything, he was like, stop,
my
don't even talk to people in public.
Right.
Because,
I'm not going to get my 10%. Stop.
Yeah, I'm sending people over to the house to sew your jaw shut for 2 years. And he was like petrified that anything we did was going to void the contract, and his 10% was going to fly out the window.
Right.
So we really couldn't do anything. The lawyers over there at Infinity are pretty well paid, and they know their stuff, and they're willing to do whatever it takes. We could be there flat broke, paying legal fees, going, yeah, we showed them. Got a dime over there? So we just decided we're going to have to sit out. We did what we could. We got on, wrote some stuff on the websites for people that could read, and.
But mostly it was our old bits
out.
that kept this whole thing alive. I mean,
go on eBay, you'll see volume 68, O&A, 10 hours of material.
And we got new fans because of that from all over the world at this point. We get email. Well, I was going to say, I said all over the world, but one example, a guy from Alabama, huge fan of the show.
I don't consider that part of the country, so you can use that as world.
They're listening. And they write these emails like they're listening to a live Opie and Anthony show. Like, that bit you did last week with Brewer was so funny. Like, I think we did that 2 years ago, but he found it somewhere on on the internet, and now he's a huge fan. And we get these emails from just about everywhere now.
Well, XM's going to be online here, so
yeah,
yeah.
All those people all over the world can be fans of yours now. Once again,
this guy's yawning. Are we that boring?
Yeah.
Working off the hangover.
Nice.
I had a question about little Jimmy Norton.
Yeah.
He's going to be incorporated in the show.
He's just like he was before we got canceled. He's going to be the third member of the show, basically.
Yeah, he's a great
Jim
guy
Norton
to
is
have
blowing
sitting there.
up. I mean, he was just on Jay Leno. He killed on Leno. He's going to do an HBO special. And all he wants to do is our stupid radio show. He's getting all these incredible opportunities, but he just wants to do the Opie and Anthony show because he says it's the best creative outlet for what he does, and also it gets him laid a lot, he said.
Because he's such a dumbass. He screws everything up too, and he can't enjoy anything. If he gets a role in a movie, he's bitching about everything and what they don't want him to say, or he gets a pilot on MTV and he's bitching about the restrictions that are put on him. And we never put restrictions on him. He could blurt out whatever the hell he wanted. And sometimes it was like, for me to look at him and go, oh, you're sick. That's got to really be bad, Really. So, we're happy to have him there.